I believe we're live. Oh, I'm saying no. Go live. Okay, well then don't worry about that one. Just remove it then. Alright, I believe we're live now.
Amazing.
Oh man, it's so great and so wonderful. We're doing another in our series of comedians and comics, and actually off of where I met you, man, I scheduled like 25 interviews within like 24 hours. Dude. I actually like 41 people hit me up, dude.
Wow, just off that one post?
Yeah, that one post, dude. Like, we want to get out there. We want to talk. And I don't mean to say I've done like maybe four open mics, dude. So I mean, but I'm somewhat funny. I got a pretty good following. So I mean, hopefully this gets you somewhere and does something for you. You did inspire our new intro for this. Like literally, the Pokemon song inspired you, and that, dude. And we'll get further into your stuff real quick, but just real quick. One thing is my talent that it's like 3% talent and like 97% AI.
What song is this? Is this like from a later season of Pokemon?
No, dude, I'm telling you, man, this is like 97% AI and 3% talent, dude. I put in, I want my title, I want my name, and the ChatGPT knows me a little bit by now, so it knows like what I want in there and what I don't want in there, and it knows like Bob's Park, knows the name of the channel, knows all that stupid stuff, so I don't even have to like play with that stuff anymore, man. Let me get this big thing off the middle of the screen, dude, and then we'll get into it. But yeah, dude, like that. I make stupid music off of ChatGPT all the time, man. But
that's epic.
Yeah, dude, it's really good stuff.
So that was like ChatGPT's like own take on the Pokemon theme song.
Yeah, and also I go ChatGPT and then I do this thing Sunos, and I give all the credit in the world to them. I take no credit for that stuff at all, dude. I think maybe I use ChatGPT and AI for like what it's really meant for, man. I think anything else you're kind of crappy at it. All right. Like I don't have it write jokes for me or anything like that, but I do use it like all my music because, dude, I go live on YouTube all the time because right now YouTube is pushing that vertical live. Dude, if you can go vertical on YouTube, dude, do it. You'll get all kinds of subscribers and all kinds of views, and it'll pump you up, dude. But it's like I'm going mentally insane because I can just sit there and talk to like the phone for 24/7. I could play some music in the background, but everything gets you content strikes, but not AI. So,
that's true. That's very true. But I wonder if they'll start to do like, AI is so difficult to police. Like they don't even have the law.
And dude, what's really scary is how many like awesome songs have came out in like the last 10 years that were generated by AI. Because we didn't know about Auto-Tune before we actually knew about it.
Right. That's true.
So I mean, who knows? Like, because I mean, my dumbass can make okay music with it. So
I mean, I know a lot of artists are already using it at least as like an enhancement tool, just enhance like vocals, like.
Oh, dude, it does all my titles for YouTube. It does like it knows I can say, hey, give me like 5 or 6 hashtags.
Oh, and it gives you like the right keywords.
Yeah, it does all and I think that's what it should be, something like that. I don't think it should be used for like taking, James Earl Jones's voice and making him sing, the Pokemon song or some shit like that. I don't think that's what it should be used for, but it'll take me longer to like type in my dumb little 3% of talent I got than it'll take it to write the song, which really is upsetting, my man. Really upset. Like I'm sitting there like, because I'm live half the time doing it. I'm like, yeah, I look stupid as fuck, guys, but whatever. So Patrick. Oh yeah, dude, I just want to like point out, dude. I know you saw the correction it made on your Facebook, the message, like Patrick Golden correctly.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I was like, okay, I thought it was spelling Patrick Golden correctly, and I put it in. I was like, and I just copy and pasted that shit, and I was like, dude, there's like 12 Patrick Goldens on this motherfucker, dude. Like, why would you tell me to spell it correctly? And then finally I went back. I was like, oh, he said comedy. I was like, okay, because I'd already seen the videos that you told me to. I was like, oh, but that's what I. So I just linked a couple of your videos, man. We're only advertising one other podcast that you've been on tonight. I'm sorry, but
No,
I'll put a link in the description of one other podcast you've been on.
Wait, so you're in Texas right now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Texas, man. I'm in Texas.
Where are you from, Texas, and where do you live right now?
Dallas, Texas, born and raised.
Wow, what part of Dallas?
Like northeast and the north.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I have some. I grew up in Houston, but I spent quite a bit of time out in Dallas, especially in college. Like my girlfriend was from Dallas. Like she was like a Hockaday, bro. She was like,
Dude, I used to clean the fish tank at Hockaday, dude.
wait, what do you mean? Is that a metaphor, or you mean like you actually?
No, that's not. I wish that was a metaphor for me being high school, dude. Please, nah. When I was like in my 20s, dude, I worked for a aquarium service company, dude. And I used to have to go clean the big ass fish tank they used to have in their library, like this big ass like 200-gallon fish tank. And my fat ass had to get in there like 300 pounds and cleaning and stuff. And you see all these girls walking around in there, and I was only like 20 at the time, so it wasn't too bad. But I used to clean the fish tank. Not a euphemism. That's nice, dude. That's good.
That's crazy.
I used to clean the fish tank at Hockaday, bro.
Yeah, I also had a close friend who he was from, what's that neighborhood? It's called like Oak Ridge or Oakwood. It's like a really like down bad neighborhood, and I want to say like
Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff. Oh boy.
Oak Cliff is the bad neighborhood, bro.
Yes, that's where he's from. I spent some time hanging out there, like getting food from the taco trucks. It was like, oh man, this is a vibe.
Yeah, it's scary when you're younger. Like I started to hang out there. Like I hung out there when I was younger. Like I remember me and my friends getting lost down there, and like everybody like roll up the windows, roll. It was not that bad. We did not need to roll up the windows. It was not that bad. But once you get a little bit older, and you're in like your like late 20s and shit like that. Hold on, we keep getting phone calls from. Hold on one second. We are a call-in show as well. Hey, you're on the phone. Don't be a dick. Exactly. Luckily, all our shit is above the like. I say that we have very bad language because I get dumbasses like that. Because I have to be a call-in show, and people for some reason want to tell an old white guy the N-word. Like I will I will not take the phone call live, and they'll still just say that one word to me. I'm like, what does that get done, dude? What's happening there? Whatever. All right, man. So Patrick Golden, how long have you been a comedian? You're in Brooklyn, New York right now. You're from Houston. Houston sucks. So I'm glad you got out of there, dude. That was Brooklyn. I like. Is it Brooklyn? Is that am I right, or did I read that?
Yeah, Brooklyn. I've been doing comedy seriously for about a little over 3 years. Like, and my only experience doing comedy up until the point when I moved to Brooklyn is I did 2 open mics in Austin, Texas. One at Cherrywood Coffee House in North Austin, and only 2 people were there. One of which was my friend. One of which was the host. So it's the only person that showed up. And then I went to an open mic at a bar downtown Austin called Halcyon, and I was actually too wussy to go up. Like they called my name, and I was too scared to go up, and I just like left. Wow. And then at one point, I did like a random show when I was studying abroad. Randomly, it was a show, an English-speaking comedy show in Jerusalem, believe it or not. And then I went to an open mic because a friend invited me in New York, and I've just been going hard since, brother. Like, haven't looked back.
Sorry, I forgot to hit the comments up there to where we could see the comments. My bad, dude. I left it. I'm not great at this shit yet, as you can see. I'm not young and beautiful like you. I'm old as shit, dude. But somehow I got this stuff done. So you've been hitting it hard. So it's got to be a lot different in Brooklyn than it is in Texas, dude.
It's so compact. Like you can easily. I mean, it's kind of the same in Texas, though. You can hit up like multiple spots a night, but here, like, there's so much shit happening every single day. If you really wanted to, you could do like 7 mics a day plus shows. Like, for the people that really want like the comedy grind, like I do think this is the best place for that. If you just want to like do it nonstop all day long, every day.
Yeah, it is harder in Texas, especially like I'm not trying. It's not about this at all. But I am a little bit disabled, so it's hard. It's definitely a pain. It's hard to like do open mics, dude, and like, okay, now it's time to laugh after you go up there like all disabled a little bit and shit. It's like, okay, let's be funny now, guys. But
This is a messed up question, but what kind of disabled? Like you're physically disabled?
I have MS, dude. I got diagnosed with MS like 3 years ago, dude. That's how I started the whole YouTube thing and everything, man. And then I started everyone always told me I should do comedy and stuff, dude. But I always thought I was more, and I still think I'm more conversationally funny. But I've done a couple open mics, dude. But it's just such a pain. You're already going uphill, dude. When you go up there with a walker or whatever, like all it is, I can walk. It's just like I walk like I'm drunk. So I have a walker. I can kind of move around and shit. But it's such a pain in the ass to get out and do this and do that, dude. I'd rather just get stoned at home, dude. So that's kind of where we're at, man. We're getting stoned at home.
Hey, that's chill. I'm not disabled, and I'm not one of those people that like labels themselves as neurodivergent or anything. But I definitely had other comedians I meet that call me autistic. So maybe that's my energy. I'm not sure.
Dude, I do YouTube lives all the time. I mean, that's how I grew. That's how I got monetized. Is just over the summer I got, like I said, they're pushing those vertical lives right now. I get called autistic on a daily basis.
Hey.
Basis.
Nah, but I mean, Elon Musk is autistic, right? So you could be the richest man on earth. It's a badge of honor.
My son is one of those very high functioning autistic people, like high on the spectrum. Like he is already way smarter than I am, dude.
Yeah, dude.
6 years
He's
old.
not just trains; he's rocket ships.
Oh, dude, I like already at like 6 years old, like a couple weeks ago or like a couple months ago, I was like, hey, what's 5,000 plus 6,000? 11,000. Shut the fuck up, dude. No, there's no way I would have gotten that when I was 6 years. There's no way at all. So how old do you get, man? I don't know your age. I don't know if
I'm 28, man. I got 2 years left of this shit where I'm still like attractive enough that anybody would probably at least think about fucking me.
Well, dude, as one unattractive male, dude, I've done all right in this world, bro. So
hey, hell yeah.
Luckily, we have conditioned women to just accept us ugly motherfuckers for some reason. Like, you know,
dude, dad bods are in now too. Like the thicker guys, like it's like dad bods are like the WNBA of dudes. It's like they're finally making like they're finally getting a crowd, you know.
Minus the beard, dude. I was 300 pounds in the fucking 7th grade, dude. So when these motherfuckers come out with, hey, going out with a dad bod and a fucking beer, going to the lake, shut the fuck up, bitch. I was born into this life, motherfucker. You just had to adopt it. Because seriously, dude, minus the beard, dude, I have not changed at all, except I'm a little bit skinnier now. That's it. Dude, I gotta.
How old are you? Wait, how old are you?
Dude, I'm 41, dude. How old do you think I was?
I actually have no idea, because like you kind of look like Duck Dynasty guys, you know. And I don't say that pejoratively. Like my dad's side of the family, they're like Cajun Louisiana people. So I'm around a lot of guys that have like that kind of beard look that are in like their 30s and 40s, 50s.
Dude, I get you know who Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit is?
Yes.
I get Fred Durst's granddad, or what the fuck happened to Fred Durst and shit. I get that constantly, dude.
I remember my dad, after Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, he like went out on those like skid boats to like on like the search and rescue missions with like a bunch of people from Louisiana that have like that beard look. And he like FaceTime with me on a skid boat. I'm like, this is so surreal.
Nice. Guys, if y'all want to call in, but you gotta do I'm not answering no caller ID because y'all are the fucking chumps. I got my phone number out there, so call with you. I'm not sharing. It's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, this is calling. I could give 2 fucks. I could literally care less, dude. So if y'all want to call,
what was the chat like in like the previous podcast? Did you get any interesting questions?
Yeah, I get yesterday. What the podcast we did yesterday, I did for members only, and I don't know if that's because I do have members, but I'm not for sure if like this is the format for just members only. But I did Facebook and. I had a couple of trolls back here asking me to take my shirt off because a bunch of them are asking me to take my shirt off all the time. And there's hilarious. There's a bunch of videos of me with my shirt off because I got Thug Life tattooed on my belly, dude. I got that live here on YouTube. Hold on, we're about to take a phone call real quick. Thanks for calling in. Don't be a dick about it. Hello. That's okay. Or you just, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, bro. Do you for real? Hey, literally, see, dude, that's the weird shit you
He
get.
just said I'm gay, man. That's all he said.
He said I'm gay, man. Oh,
Hey, man, it's 2024, man. It's
you want
like,
me to hug you? Like if I could like physically hug you, I would. Is that you want me to be like your dad? It's unacceptable. I would tell you it's all right, my dude.
yeah,
It's
you're
all good.
accepted, bro. Like, welcome.
Yeah, but you got to go through like 5 or 6 of those terrible phone calls, and you start to get to the good ones. Because then all of a sudden you'll get a couple of good phone calls coming through, man.
Dude, it's
So,
like. Did you ever go on chat roulette?
mm,
Every once in a while, there'll be a woman. You just have to go through hundreds of penises, but you'll find a woman.
dude, since I had to put the number out there when it first went out there, I had a dude that would constantly call me, but he'd go with FaceTime, but it always start like at his belly, and then I didn't even look up because then I'd be like, dude, you know, as
He's
soon as I see
wanking
your
it.
belly, but it's like as soon as I see your belly, I'm gonna look up, and I have seen a penis before, bro. They're not that great, bro. Let's just
They're
like,
alien-looking things. Penises are ugly.
like I could understand if that was my shit, then yeah, like send them in, dude. But like, come on, guys, I'm just like, I've seen this before, dude. It's not a big deal. Somebody else calling in. Don't be a dick about it. Thanks for calling Boss Product. Hi, what's up, man?
You know me?
No, you're not saved in my phone.
Oh, wait. So this guy, like on your like, it says hidden gems of comedy. Patrick Golden.
Hidden gems of comedy. Yeah, why are you acting like? Are you interviewing him, dude? What's going on here? You got a question?
No, wait, I gotta no. Is he a comedian or is he a rising comedian?
He's a comedian, and yeah, he is a rising. Like, what is that? Like, what do you mean, dude? I'm not. What is going on here?
I'm not making money from this stuff yet, brother.
I hope his career fails.
What a dick! See,
that's the thing. Like, if he hopes my career fails, like, same, brother. Like, cause like, that's hilarious. It's funnier to fail at comedy than do well at comedy.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that just and I can almost hear, like, you can almost hear the N-word on these kids' voices when they call in. Like, tries like, dude, just hurry up, because I can hear that N-word on the back of your fucking throat, dude.
Dude,
I can hear it.
Weird.
I can fucking
Funny
hear
story about the N-word. Like, this isn't gonna go where you think it is.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I did this. I got hired by this company right now that they were developing technology that basically is like AI technology to recognize hate speech in video game chats. But in order to develop that technology, they needed a huge repository of actual hate speech. So I'm one of the first white guys in human history that actually said the N-word for the good of humanity.
Well, that is well, I mean, as long as for the good.
I also got paid to say the N-word too, which is kind of strange.
They're gonna let us. Oh, damn, dude! Like, why couldn't they just hire? Like, does it have to be like we got to get the actual? Like, if we
you gotta get the inflection. You gotta get the white guy voice.
Yeah, right. It's like we can't get catching like black people.
Maybe this. Have you seen that movie Sorry to Bother You about the guy that's able to like turn on the white voice while he works at a call center, but he's like a black guy, and that's how he gets his sales.
Yeah,
and his white voice is what's his face? Gosh, who's the guy that plays Tobias Funke in Arrested Development? David Cross.
David Cross. Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean dude, all that shit. I get so, and you know what's messed up is they don't mind. I don't get in trouble because if they like, because you know there's a Tupac song. I'd rather be your Nigga. So I like if they try to say that, it's like I'd rather be your in. So I'll sing the song. But I don't get in trouble. Nobody gets mad at that. Like black dudes have actually gone on my live stream like, no, that's okay, bro. We're not gonna get mad about that. I was like, but why is that okay? We're like, why? I get it, guys. It's whatever, guys. And plus, my name's Keenan, so I think I'm pretty fucking cool. So it's not a problem.
Speaking of Keenan, I work as a gardener in New York City, and I actually got to install the garden at Keenan Thompson's place. Like I went to his place. Dude. And I met him, and he like smoked weed while he watched me and my coworkers build a garden. As he like looked below us on a second floor balcony. It was like the most surreal experience.
Did you not ask him if you could hit it, dude? Like just hey, bro. Like,
nah, but I did take a shit in his bathroom.
Well, that's your claim to. I peed on the house that Michael Jackson died in, dude. I'm not saying that because like I hated Michael Jackson. I just really had to pee, and the guy that was driving the vehicle out to California, like he like controlled the pullovers like the entire trip. And then he was like, "My girlfriend needs a picture of the house that Michael Jackson died." And I was like, "Why? What does that get? It's not even the Neverland. It's just some fucking. It used to be Sean Connery's house. What the fuck are we doing?" And so I just stepped down and peed on the side of his house. So yeah, that's my claim to fame.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like it's kind of a not like in a hateful fashion. I didn't hate Michael Jackson. I hate you, Michael Jackson.
So I was too young to understand like what white Michael Jackson was like. You know, I only knew him later, after he died, just through his hits. Like I never actually got to experience like aging and growing up and seeing his career progress. You know,
my mommy took me to the the bad tour. We went and saw Michael Jackson concert. Yes, my mommy took me there. Like it was very like nosebleed section, but it didn't matter. It did not matter at all. Like so I saw Michael Jackson. She took me to a bunch of concerts. She was actually kind of dope ass little mom and shit. She dropped me off to the Wu-Tang concert when I was like fucking 16 or some shit.
Wow. In Dallas, like Wu-Tang pulled
up. Yeah, Wu-Tang. Yeah, I went to Wu-Tang Rage Against the Machine. No, it wasn't. Wu-Tang didn't show up. The Roots started taking over. They played their final show together the night before in Dallas. I missed it by one night. I only know that because of that fucking show on Hulu. I was like, you motherfuckers. I missed y'all by one day. One day. Bitches. But dude, I saw my first pair of boobies at Ozfest in Dallas, dude. And my homie that I went with could see the look on my face. He's like, "That's your first pair of boobies." This is like, "Shut up, yeah, shut the fuck up." Like, dude, I'm like in the 7th grade. I was like, my first pair of like, I've seen like boobies in like Hustler and shit before, but this is like a pair of like real woman's boobs, like maybe 10 feet away from me, dude.
Dude, you're making me think back to the first time a woman ever took her top off for me, and just how I was just like, I literally felt like a kid at Charlie's Chocolate Factory. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I lost my virginity at 14, dude. And I remember I was 300 pounds at that age, dude. So I went to the bathroom after I got done. Well, no, I looked at myself in the mirror like, you just got that done, dude. Look at yourself. Look at you. Nobody would ever think you got this, but you got this done, Keenan. Good job, man. Good job. That's kind of how I live my life now. Like if what I did impressed 13-year-old Keenan, that's a win in my book. That's a win, I think.
Dude, the first time I lost my virginity, I didn't know how to put a condom on. So I had to like watch you stand in front of this girl and watch YouTube tutorials in front of her.
You're not joking, right? It was like one of those things where like trying to get it on, or like 40-year-old version where you're like having issues with it and shit. And you said the first time you lost your virginity, my man. So how many times have you claimed to lose your virginity, dude?
Well, that time it was just soaking, you know what I mean?
Right.
You heard of that? You heard of that? Like the Mormons say do the soaking shit where you just leave your dick in but you don't thrust, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. I've always wanted it to count. Like, dude, I've always wanted it to count it, dude. Like, dude, people hit me up on this YouTube shit, say I'm edging to this. Like, dude, I'm way too old for that shit, dude. Because from what I understand, edging is like trying not to come. Dude, if I'm not coming close to coming and not getting the job fucking done at the same time.
Bro, speaking of edging, you know how like Japanese people are known to have crazy game shows? Like, there's apparently, and this was like a mainstream show, not some niche shit. It was a Japanese game show where it was like a row of 8 dudes all getting blown at the same time, and the winner is whoever came didn't come. And that was literally a show that families would watch together, like casually.
I mean, Jesus.
I see skies and blue.
It's amazing what happens in other countries, man. It's just
what a wonderful world.
They won't eat rich crackers over there, but they'll definitely watch dude get blown and with their sisters and brothers and moms and dads, and there's a whole family situation over here. God, no, that's just so weird. It's even above and beyond, like, but they don't show anything, right? Isn't it just like their faces or some shit like that?
I think it was blurred out, like the private.
Yeah, like they're getting
pixelated, the little like pixelated shit.
And they don't physically, like, you're not sitting around with like family members and like watching like penis go inside mouth, but you're watching like dudes orgasm and shit, like which is
Yeah, you're seeing their faces. You're seeing the O face, the vinegar stroke. Isn't that what it's called?
yeah, vinegar strokes. Nah, dude, I'm still the type like if as a grown ass man, if boobies come on the screen and my mom's in the room, I'm like no, I'm awkward as fuck, dude. No, not cool at all. Not cool at all. So you said the Brooklyn comedy scene's really good. You enjoy it. Like, so have you been hitting it hard since you moved to Brooklyn? You said 3 years. Like, so.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I'm like exclusively in the Brooklyn scene. I actually travel around quite a bit. Like, I perform in New Jersey, Manhattan, Staten Island. I mean, I recently did the Staten Island Comedy Festival like only like a month ago. Like that was pretty fun. That was pretty wild though. Like there, I had to like participate in a character roast battle where it was three different roast battles, but like all in character. So the first battle, I was in it, and I was going against someone who was Donald Trump, like dressed up as him, acting like him, and I was Thomas Matthew Crooks, like the Trump attempted shooter. And
Yeah.
then after me, it was Hillary Clinton versus Kamala Harris. Then the third battle, this is the battle that walked out people, brother. It was 9/11 versus the Jews.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
got
that definitely walked some people.
dude on one of those. I think one of the interviews I'm gonna do in the next couple of weeks is that I got from our the thing that we met on, dude. It's this Jewish woman that's just going her comedy bit that she showed me is like her going full Karen is like fuck this free Palestine shit. Like oh my god, it's funny. It's like the way like but just the way it's like that's the beginning of the clip. It's like I'm so sick of free Palestine. And then it goes, as a Jewish woman, you know, it goes, damn, that was like and I think that she's in New York over there too with you, man. Like, you got some I'm interviewing a couple of you Easterners over there, which doing this podcast chat, I do not enjoy you people east of me. I'm much better with the people that are west of me because like I even scheduled you for like 10 to 11 and I was like why would I schedule them 10 to like I feel like that's a little bit late and I was like, oh no, it's like 10 for him, 9 for me. Like I even put it down like 10 to 11 for me to get on here. I was like, no, get already. Don't be stupid, man. Don't be stupid. But yeah, I listened to we're only like I said, we're only trying to promote one of your other podcasts that you're doing. But I do have your Pokemon song up there, which made me laugh. I think it takes more balls to do that than doing comedy, man. That was I mean, I do dumb shit like that on YouTube, but I'm in here by myself with people just watching on the fucking screen and shit. So
The crazy thing is, all of that, every single part of that video is improv.
right, but I mean, it was just you there with a live band, like, and they knew like it was.
I went up to him like 30 seconds before. I was like, "This is a song I want to do," and then we did that together, like no rehearsal.
And you knew all the words, dude, and you were
Kind of. I don't know if you look closely. I definitely fudged him. Like fucks. Like the Pokemon purists might like come hunting for me later, but you know, whatever. The feeling was still there. The feeling of wanting to be the best that no one ever was definitely came across.
exactly. If the purists come for you, dude, I mean, I think no publicity is bad. I don't think if they gotta if at least they're watching it. I mean, shit.
That is true. I really do believe in the age of social media that like everybody's just trying to get engagement. Like even if it's like any engagement is probably ultimately a net good for whatever reason.
Speaking of which, I forgot to fucking whore myself out here, dude. God, I completely forgot because I'm a beggar, dude. Unfortunately, I am monetized and I beg for all my shit. In this age of social media and everything, dude, I got all the merch. I got all the fucking stupid shit. But in the end, dude, you can just let me hold $1. Like you can go to the Stand store, let me hold $1 because then you spend $1, I get that $1, and YouTube gets nothing. But I'm just saying, my bad. I completely forgot that, dude. Thank you for like bringing up that whoring yourself out social media shit, dude. You're right, dude, because that is what I do. Is all I do is beg all day for fucking money. But I feel like at least I'm honest about it.
Someone was telling me now that we live in like an opportunity economy where like nowadays you like everybody's kind of like, especially in the age of TikTok and the internet, you're kind of in control of your own destiny. And instead of just like, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago where like you kind of just have the jobs come your way, you actually have to like create the road for yourself. Like you're not just gonna be handed it to you as easily as you could.
Oh no, it's very and it all goes in waves, dude. Like when I started this stuff out, because at first, I started doing this podcasting stuff like 5-6 years ago. Just doing a podcast with my homeboy, like not a big deal because I had to retire. I used to be a chef. Dude, I could sit at home smoking weed all day and not do anything, but I kind of like doing shit sometimes. So we just started doing this podcast. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And people can tell me you gotta get a TikTok. You gotta get a TikTok. I don't want to fucking do a TikTok. But then I got a TikTok and it fucking skyrocketed. It was like the first thing to fucking blow up for me, dude. I got like 24,000 followers, like no problem on that bitch, dude.
Wow.
And then it slowed up and everything. And then Facebook was like, hey, we're promoting Reels if you start doing them. So I started doing that. And it blew up and I got like 24,000. I got 2 Facebooks, like 10K on one, 24,000 on another. But I still couldn't, I got 30,000 subscribers on YouTube because, they tell you to find stuff, especially because they started pushing those shorts. Like everybody's trying to battle with that TikTok and Reels and shorts. Like that's what they want you to do right now. And so I started posting Saturday Night Live from the 90s stuff, like just cut down like 45 seconds of Chris Farley or Adam Sandler or some shit. And that would kind of bring in the type of people that are kind of my sensibility because I want to be funny. I'm old, like we're all 90s kids, blah, blah, blah. And then from there, then I did this fucking vertical thing, dude, and just kind of blew up for me. So I'm very lucky and blessed. And I'm too.
That's the beauty of the internet. You really get to find like your audience. Like people, like back in the day, there isn't as much of the ability to really connect and find the exact kind of comics that really fit your sensibilities or what you like. But now on the internet, like I think you can really there's this one comedian I've been following in Seattle now for like a couple years whose content and vibe I really like. And it's like, whoa, like this wouldn't have been possible like this like 10 years ago to just be able to connect and find an artist like that lives so far away from you.
Just connecting, like the groups on Facebook and everything, because I've gotten interviews from other Facebook groups and reached out and stuff. But I'm telling you, that was just the right time with that one or whatever it was. But the communities are very vast. It doesn't matter where you're at. Like, I have fans in like Australia and fucking New Zealand and Germany and London and all this stupid stuff, and it has nothing. And I'm stupid. That's basically all it is. Is they, for some reason, they find me a little bit funny and they want to stick around. And I can do really well with the trolls, which is basically crowd work. It's basically like, hi, you're fat, bitch. You know how many times I've been called fat? You think it's gonna make me come up with something better? Like, dude, please, dude, please, I'm fat. Oh, you're old. Oh, look at the old Fred Durst. Like, yes, I'm not really Fred Durst. I just did it all for the nookie. I'm sorry. Just this
one of the first comedy experiences I had in New York City is they had this mic where it's not as popular as it was right in 2021 because there still wasn't that much stuff happening in person in New York City, at least comedy wise, except for this mic. It's called the Heckle mic, where you literally go inside a basement, you go up to do your time, but it's basically 50 people just yelling. It literally felt like you were at a crazy punk show, just yelling everything, just being like, "You fucking suck, you ugly piece of..." Some of it, you couldn't even decipher what people were saying because everyone was yelling at the same time, and you would somehow think this is not even a good exercise. But the best comics, they win that room over. They get everybody on their side. It was so incredible.
Oh, that sounds dude, the last open mic I did, it was you did 5 minutes and then you did a 3-minute heckle and then another comic goes up and then you do a roast battle, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I like what you just talked about where you stay in character and you roast each other's character. I like that better than just because at least Donald Trump beforehand. I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm supposed to step up to you at an open mic and make fun of you just for what you look like? Or or whatever you said in your act, and you're so stupid. I didn't laugh at your joke, dummy. It doesn't really make anybody laugh. We're not all Eminem.
Sometimes it just feels like low hanging fruit. It's at some point, it's we've already heard this stereotype joke and told before millions of times. Let's do something more original,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's dude, yeah, I know I'm fat, dude. I'm old, fat, and disabled, bro. We know that.
Right.
guess what? I still get laid, unfortunately, bro. I'm sorry. Like, so until that stops happening, I'm just not gonna give a fuck about it. I don't know why.
Right.
I'm not for sure. Just not for sure why. But I mean, so what other? Have you done any other festivals or any other type of things like that?
I've gone out of town. Like I've done some like brief road gigs. Like I perform on the road in Boston and Toronto, upstate New York, Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
New York City, I feel like I'm not just doing stand up either. Like there's quite a big like I'm not in like an improv troupe or anything, but there are a lot of these kind of hybrid shows where like, they'll have some stand up comedy acts in it, but sometimes it'd be like, two people are doing a bit or like a skit or like sketches, or maybe it might be more like clown, like kind of performance art comedy, like somebody doing like has some goofy like Jim Carrey, Robin Williams physical comedy type stuff. So, and I think that's something I didn't even really know existed. So like being able to perform comedy and that not necessarily just being the going up in front of a microphone and just telling like 5 minutes like tit for tat jokes, which still is like my favorite way to do it. It's been cool to like be like, oh, like there are other avenues to this,
Yeah, other things. And do you perform or do any of those things? Or you just enjoy watching those things?
Yeah, nah, I actually was like I'm a regular on a show called The Idiots Hour, which literally is like all mainly clown performers in New York City, and I don't know, it's like a completely different way of doing it. Not every single act is even funny per se, but like clowning is not even what I thought it was. I thought clowning was just like, the dudes with like the face painting of the red nose, but that's actually just like a derivative of like a certain clown back in the day. Like clowning as an art form was like the court jester, that kind of vibe. And it's a completely different muscle you're using in your brain, but also gonna be just as fun. If not, like you can connect with the audience in new ways too.
And your stuff's it's Andy Kaufman-esque. Maybe it's not that experimental, but your millionaire bit was pretty funny in the way like it just kind of abruptly ended and shit. Like that was the funniest of the bit, I thought. And I mean, I don't know if dude, like and then because I believe I clicked on the Pokemon first. I was like, hey, what the fuck's going on with this guy? And then I saw the millionaire bit and I was like, okay, now I get it. Like I got it on. Like I read that it was experimental and stuff, and it's funny shit though, dude.
Yeah, and part of I guess my comedy vibe is that I don't like to do many repeat bits or performances. So I kind of like having the reputation and be like, whoa, you really don't know like what you're gonna get when you go and see this performer. Like there's a bit I did when I first started where I literally I went up to the mic and I was like, we got all these talk these days about, you know, men are realizing that a women's place doesn't have to be in the kitchen. You know what, fellas? Today I'm going to teach y'all all how to make a sandwich. And I literally just started playing like this like hip hop instrumental, and I literally brought a toaster, honey, peanut butter, bananas on stage, and I legit just like did this dance while I made a sandwich that I then like gave to the audience, some random audience member. That was like so goofy.
Well, then it can still be something. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like there's something out there, and especially like you said, there's a lot of shit. What they call it? Like it's not it's experimental, but it's also alternative comedy. There it is. My bad, dude. I am definitely stupid. I couldn't think of the word. But alternative comedy nowadays is definitely its own little gig, its own little vibe, dude. And
I mean, especially in Austin, I feel like someone told me, someone made like a fucked up joke to me, and part of my friends for how I'm gonna frame this, but someone said like I was talking to a dude from New Jersey, and he's like, yeah, basically all the really retarded New Jersey comedians moved to Austin because right now that's like the comedy that's hot right now, just like the kill Tony, like act like a crazy person for 30 minutes vibe.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple. And I do like the way that Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever like fucks with the hecklers, doesn't put up with any heckling. There's a good spot for them. Those are all new comedians that are trying. I mean, they're fucking performing in front of like a star comedian. It's gonna be hard enough.
I remember having my mind a little blown when I saw videos of comedian Casey Rocket for the first time, and just kind of being like, "Whoa!" So this is kind of some of the stuff that's happening in the Austin scene, at least with those kind of more like kind of on stage character acts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean that's I mean, is that the smaller dude?
He's like the dude. He's got like curly red hair, and he does like this riff where he just kind of like walks back and forth on stage doing like a stream of consciousness rant type thing.
Dude, I've seen that guy, but have you seen the dude that he's like this younger looking guy, but he's not he's like a 20-something-year-old kid, but he looks like he's 13. And he goes up and he's like, I get asked all the time, what my age is, and it says, I've just always been, I've never been, I'm always around. Like, he does his shit way better than I do, but he is literally classically funny, dude.
That sounds like a comic in New York City that's really getting popular. His name's Assad Bimbo. He's literally like this 20-year-old dude where he just does this like really weird stream of conscious but like stream of consciousness humor as told by a Gen Z person. And it's really weird and absurd.
Then I'm sad they keep calling the phone.
All right,
What are you gonna say? Watch, these are some kids. What's up, guys? I'm live right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What's your bitch ass up here in your fucking period, bitch?
Are you literally telling me I'm on my period, bro?
Yeah. I'm throwing your old ass.
Just because I got titties does not mean I'm on my period, my guy. You can have boobies and not be on your period, dude. Dude, y'all know? Do y'all think I called y'all again, or y'all calling me this time? Are we playing this game? Of course, guys. All right.
I feel like I'm watching the pizza delivery guy get prank called right in front of my eyes.
Oh, dude, it's terrible sometimes, dude. These kids, those fucking kids, like, there's like a group of like 8 or 9 of them that all FaceTime each other, and for some reason they got some homie that will just get on there and then FaceTime me and leave, and they go like, "Oh, dude, what are you calling this for again?" Dude's like, "Y'all really think I'm on my YouTube live right now? I'm calling you? Like, you really think this is what's happening, right? You think there's a 40-year-old man calling fucking 10, 12-year-olds in Wyoming right now, dude? You think that's my content on YouTube? No, dude, that's not my content, dude." And then they called one night at like 1 o'clock, and there's my son's like first or second day of school, dude. And of course, I had to get up at like 6 a.m. They call like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I wake up and I go over there and I answer to the guys. This isn't the time right now. I don't mind fucking around with y'all whenever I'm live on YouTube. I'm not even live right now, guys. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, dude. I hang up the phone and I swear to God, they call right back. I'm like, "Motherfuckers, y'all wanted the gangster, you got the fucking gangster. I swear to God, you want to act like a man, I'm gonna treat you like a fucking man. And so the next morning I had to get up at 6 a.m. I called them every hour upon the hour because they're a couple hours behind me. So they had to go to school with some old guy just calling them constantly all day long, dude.
Did you prank call when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did prank. I wasn't very good at it. I know that for sure.
Who would you try to prank?
I try to prank people that we went to school with. You call people up sometimes. Try to do some jerky boys type of shit, dude. But I had a very high. Even now, I feel like I have a very high pitched ass voice, dude. Like people used to call the house and think that I was my mom and shit. They'd be like, "Oh, hey, Casey."
Wow.
Like, I'm a goddamn man. Let me get my mommy for you. Hold on. So like I could always get like caught pretty quick, dude. So they're always. I never went over well. Did you prank call? Did you ever try to do that shit?
Nah. There were a couple times where like I'd be with friends and we prank call like Chinese delivery service, like that kind of pizza shop, some basic shit, But
right,
I knew some people that really went deep into that. Like, and I had friends that were there's like a whole genre of like YouTube streamers where their whole idea is like to waste scammers' time.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
definitely had friends that would do that. Like they would like be called by someone working at like a South Asian call center, and they would just like pretend that they were actually being lured by this person for like an hour, and eventually kind of flip the script and like kind of I don't know. reveal that they're wasting your time. But I'm like, bro, you just wasted an hour of your time.
That's
too.
what I was about to say. I feel like I've thought about doing that. Haha, it'd be funny, but I feel like I'm wasting my own time. Like I've been tempted to like record my own phone calls with like, you know, the people that I talk to, like my phone bills or something. Because I make people fucking laugh. Like I'll just sit there and like make jokes and shit. But like I don't want to like edit my own personal information out and shit. I don't want to put that much time or effort into this stupid shit, man.
Right.
But I get people, you know, calling on my call-in line, and they'll like I'll answer, and you'll hear like just ringing, and it'll be like a pizza shop or some shit. I'm like, yeah, I do a YouTube live, guys. They're just fucking with y'all, dude. And I was like, I try to tell them like I'm getting called right now, dude. They just keep calling over and over again.
Let's see. How do you know it's them?
I don't know it's them, but we're gonna see. This isn't a special called Bob's Product. This is Keenan. I can help you.
Nigger.
Ah, you fucking dick. Fucking dick. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, see, y'all just made me put this on fucking airplane mode. How do you feel now, you fucking children?
It's so weird. Like, that word is no longer, it's a troll word now.
And how white that fucking sound. Like, do you think that kid would ever say that? He's not a real fucking racist. I might actually respect him and maybe want to like talk to him and interview him.
It's a troll word. It's like a troll word now. It's whack. It's weird.
And like literally 90% of my audience is old white dudes like me. So I mean, really and truly, what are y'all getting across here, guys? You're not hurting anybody's feelings.
No, this is like video game chat put in real life. Like this is what people say to each other on when you're playing Call of Duty on Twitch or whatever, or Discord, I guess.
The only reason I have a call-in show is because when I first started doing this vertical YouTube live shit, I'm sitting there doing it, and this asshole, Winston, what up, Winston, who's still a troll, still watches, love you, Winston. He's like, I know your phone number. I was like, you don't fucking know my phone number, 2146. I'm like, motherfucker, you know my phone number. So I just said it. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to put it out there. Fuck you, Winston. I'm going to take the heat out of that. So then I just got another number, and lucky the regular number isn't a real thing anymore. Nobody really gives a fuck about it anymore, but he's the whole reason that I got to deal with it because I was like, now I'm just a call-in show. Fuck it. I just got to put it. And like I said, you got to put up with like, dude, though you got to put up with it, but every once in a while you get a good couple of calls. Like, dude, I actually do this show on Sunday nights. I call the ladies' man after Tim Meadows and Saturday Night Live. I don't take any of his shit. It's me just basically putting on a wig and trying to give some of my subscribers advice on relationships and shit. Stupid show. Monday nights I do a fake church, dude, and I call it the TAO of BOB. And I say it the wrong way. I know it's supposed to be, and I spell it the wrong way, you know, and like only 2 people have ever corrected me how to say it. I'm like, dude, yeah, I know how to say it, motherfucker, but just like that's actually a religion. I'm joking. That's the whole point of this. And the first one to do it was my cousin, and my family was like, yeah, dude, you're the first person to ever correct me. Thank you. Thank you for ruining the fucking joke, bro. You're the first person.
Do you feel, here's a question.
Yeah.
Someone was telling me the other day that they think comedy's kind of like comedians and magicians are similar in the fact that once you do an act in front of someone, you can't do the same act over again because then it would lose some of its magic if you saw it again. Whereas a musician, you could play your hits forever. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you agree with that?
I get what you're saying, but at least from what I understand about comedy, it takes repetition. It takes trying the same stuff over. At least with what I do, storytelling and trying to tell jokes and trying to be funny that way. Maybe how you do, you know, especially the comedy I saw, you can go up there and kind of vibe every night. And almost like once you're good at it, it'd be good to just kind of riff with people. I'm funny with conversationals, but I don't want to be like a total crowd work comedian. Like, hey, where are you from?
Right.
Like, I like crowd.
That's a big trend these days. Like, there's some comics that their entire special.
Oh no, they're Matt Rife. You know, they're very good at it. That's just not what I don't mind if like somebody's heckling me. Like, but I don't want to just because sometimes you're gonna get cold crowds, and you don't want to go in like to a cold crowd and not be able to tell a joke or get a laugh some other way. That'd be my own thing. Maybe, you know, and I think Matt Rife put the time in of like actually becoming a comic and working on his timing and shit. And then, you know, has gone into doing crowd work just because everybody knows kind of who he is. And so they know to come in like, he's going to come fuck with us. Here we go. Like, you can't start out that way, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I think but I basically, bitch.
Another call. Let's see.
Yeah, but this is on the other phone. Thanks for calling Bob's Product. How can I help you?
Oh,
Yeah, what's up, man?
hey, get your shit off the airplane, bitch ass nigga.
See? It's because I put my shit on airplane. But guess what, guys? I'm going to put this on airplane and still fucking stream on this one as well. I don't know if y'all understand how fucking shit works, bro, but look. But it's still streaming because I have Wi-Fi.
How old are these kids? They sound like 12 or 13.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. They're 12 or 13, man, and and that's what I'm saying. You just got like, I mean, all the people in the comments aren't talking shit and stuff. Like, I mean, they probably got some pretty good questions or something, dude. And we'll go back through those at the end and see what they're saying. Yeah, dude, that's just what my life is, unfortunately, dude. If I'm gonna leave it open to conversation and all that shit, it's just the bullshit I have to put up with. And that
No,
one,
I feel that.
sounded black. That kid might have actually been okay to say the N word. I don't know. Like, I feel like I can kind of tell by now. Like, kind of sad. It's not. He sounded a little bit gangster to his voice. Dude. I'll give him that, dude. All the rest of these kids, it just sounds like, dude, y'all are some bitch ass, fucking cracker ass, cracker. Shut up, man. So besides the N word, dude, what else is going on tonight? We're talking to Patrick Golden, and again, I want to point out, like, I spelled Golden correctly, but it's actually a Patrick Golden comedy on YouTube. Be sure to look him up, guys. It's fucking. He inspired the brand new intro song for tonight, the Pokemon song. I found you very funny, dude. I like that. I wish there was more stuff out there, like, and that's what I was looking for, dude. I wanted to see more of your stuff, dude. You got to record some more stuff and put your shit out.
And that's just gonna happen with time, you know. I think, like, I'm now in more environments where people are just recording the shows. Like, these are shows that hire videographers and cameramen, and that just wasn't something I had. Like the first 2 years I was doing comedy in New York, I was only doing open mics. Like, no, not a soul knew who I was. So it's cool to be in positions now where, like, I'm a part of, like, legit productions where,
Right.
like, people legit are recording shows in such a way that it's very easy to sometimes shows were like legit, like, create reels themselves of your acts and just invite you to be like a collaborator on those posts. In fact, actually, a series I've been working on, which you can actually find on my Instagram. Oh, hold on. Let's see if we got a call.
Yeah, I guess they figured out they must have called for them. Yeah, so yo, you literally called me on FaceTime video. What's up, guys?
Why'd you block me?
Nobody blocks shit, guys, but I'm doing an interview.
I tried calling you. It's like this shit said like.
Dude, are we dating, bro?
And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, don't start with that weird ass shit, dude. That's not what this is for right now, motherfuckers.
question.
Ask a good fucking question. If you're gonna waste my time, I'm just gonna hang up again.
Bob, how's your day been going, man?
It's been going great, dude. Great. Until all these fucking phone calls while I'm trying to do an interview.
Bob.
Bob, my name is Keenan, guys. What's up?
Keenan.
What's up?
What if someone wants to like what if someone wants to ask a comedian a question too?
Ask. Don't be a dick about it. He can hear you right now. You're wasting his time. So ask away, dude.
No, I'm saying, what if somebody wants to, like?
Oh, what if somebody wants to, but you don't technically want to? So what the fuck are we doing, my guys?
Can Patrick hear me?
Patrick Golden, yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Give me a second. I gotta ask him an important question, all right?
I'm ready to be trolled. Hit me, brother.
I hear you. Come on.
Okay, hold on.
That was a great question, dude.
Oh, just wait. I'm just trying to do something real quick, and I'll ask him the question.
Dude, I'm not gonna wait for 20 minutes, dude.
Hello.
What's up, Eli?
Can I ask the comedian a question?
Go ahead, Eli.
Hey, Patrick.
He can hear
What's
you.
up, brother?
Hey, can you hear me, Patrick?
Oh, that's the question.
Yeah, you get. Yeah.
That's not the question. I gotta. So, what's the key? What's the key to success?
Fuck bitches, get money.
And I got another question. Do you have a college degree?
Yes, sir.
I don't. I don't even have a. I didn't even graduate high school, dude.
Wait, are
Hook 'em horns, brother. University of Texas. Hook
He
'em
went to the
Orange.
University of Texas, man.
I thought you went to University of Texas.
Me? No, I didn't go to college, bitch. I didn't even graduate high school. Dude. I got married at 19.
Winston said you went to the. He said your full name. Yeah. He said your address, and he said you went to some like Texas
Spit it out, Junior. Come on, man. This is really lame, dude. No, Winston, he probably know. Winston, how do you think Winston gave me y'all's phone number, dude? How do you think I called Joe's mama? Because Winston's an awesome troll.
You didn't call my mom.
I called somebody's mama because y'all called me at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, hey, Winston, I need to get in touch with one of these little kids' parents to let them know that they want to act like grown-ass men. And then one of y'all got up in your fields. I don't think we hear from that kid anymore. And the rest of y'all kind of act all right, except for when y'all say the N-word. So what's up? We done?
No. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't. So that wasn't me, you know.
It's the company that y'all keep, though, dude. Like, why y'all be like?
I didn't see that, nerd.
Y'all are killing me, Smalls. Y'all are literally killing me a little bit. Let me exit this phone call so I can talk. Jesus Christ, bro. I'm so sorry, dude.
Nah, you're fine. This is actually very entertaining to me.
It's like I'm the father to like millions of kids all over this world.
For real, you're like the Mr. Rogers of comedy.
Ah, dude, it's so fucking that like it's just so fucking stupid, dude. Just so stupid, man. So how many times do you think you go up a week by now?
For show spots, probably like 3 or 4 shows a week at this point. Which is amazing. Again, like I started off open mic level, not a single soul knowing me. And now, yeah, I mean, this weekend I've got a spot at the Comic Strip Live on Sunday, which is a comedy club, Upper West Side. And then I have a bar show in Bed-Stuy. And then Friday night, I'm actually on a show where I'm performing inside a pizza restaurant in Clifton, New Jersey, called Pizza Town.
Dude, fuck it.
You take the gigs that you can get, you know.
Well, it doesn't matter, dude. I mean, like it said, it's all practice, man. So I mean, practice.
And part of the process, you know, not to plagiarize Joel Embiid, but part of me just has to trust the process. And I've met enough comedians to know that. I mean, you have your exceptions, like your Matt Rifes, your Dane Cooks, your Hawk Tuah girls that get famous really quickly. But most comics, entertainers, comedians, it's going to take you at least 10 years before you actually really start making your money. And that's like 10 years of like you're going hard and you're like actually getting better and stuff.
That's grinding, dude. And that's the bigger, like you said, like at best, there's maybe 2 open mics a week. And I just moved to Denton, dude. Like I used to live in Dallas where maybe.
Dude, Denton's a great artsy town, brother, man.
Yeah, there's only like 2 open mics a week here, dude. There's one.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised there's not an open mic every night.
Because like I said, dude, I'm disabled, bro, and I got a walker, dude. The first one I went to down here, I was like, hey, there's an open mic on every Tuesday night. I was like, hey, cool, it's gonna be great. So I go down there and it's fucking downstairs. I'm like, damn, foiled by the stairs again, motherfucker. But they have like a way to like you can go down an elevator and shit, but it's like I don't know if I want to like because you have to like get the owner and like get down. Like it's definitely not handicap accessible. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do all that. And then I was looking at the little show area. And the area is like very close, like in between tables. And they had like 20 or 30 people down there, and they weren't all comedians. But it's just like I also don't want to be like making the aisles wider for my bitch ass. Like that's not gonna equate to laughs, I don't think. Just
right.
It's already going uphill. Like you've already going uphill. I feel like
you would hate New York City because given New York City, which is known to be like one of the flagship cities of America, not accessible at all. Like worth a damn. Like 50% of the subway stations aren't accessible, which is like you would not find that shit in Germany or France or the UK.
Right. I don't know, but I mean, in every fucking movie you see, it's walking down to the below the street like level. That at least back in the day, you didn't see a whole lot of elevators. Dallas is much more accessible. Denton is fuck. Like Dallas, I can get anywhere you call. I can call the Dart Bus to come and pick me up.
Right.
For $1 and take.
Would you even have to pay the fare? Like, would you be charging fare?
You could, and now they have a thing that as long as it's like within a certain area, they'll take you there. Like I could get to comedy clubs and just get dropped off in front of there, and then they come and pick me up whenever I was ready.
Yeah, I want to say New York might have the same thing too.
Well, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But I know they're still kind of like Denton doesn't have it all done, and that's why it's kind of like. If I can figure out a way to make it easy, I'll probably start hitting up a couple open mics. But I know that graffiti pasta. I'm like, damn guys, I really like to do it because who doesn't like pasta, dude? Fat guys love pasta. I would love to eat a bowl of pasta every Sunday night and try to get on stage and shit. And plus, the bathroom isn't downstairs either, so I can't even
Nice.
I can't even have a drink. And then because what if I got to go like pee really quick? It's not like I'm gonna be getting upstairs real easy. It's just I don't know if that's my spot. Don't know if that's my spot, but it's all good. I do the comedy on here, and it's just like you said, it's repetition, dude. That's what I've done almost every morning. I try to do my comedy. Well, not lately. I haven't done it on YouTube. I used to get on TikTok every morning and just do my comedy. It's hard.
Dude, part of me feels like this is like the world of comedy now. It's like not all in person anymore. It's like
there's a thing called Plausible out there. I don't know if you've ever been on there.
Yeah. I've done some of those, like Leona Linsky or whoever her name is. Yeah, I've done some of those. There's even comedy clubs you can go to in the metaverse, like Meta Horizon. Like I know a guy, his stage name is Doobie1 Kenobi, and he literally is getting paid $1,000 for a spot to do 10 minutes in VR at the Soapbox, which is Meta's own comedy club on Meta Horizon Worlds. 1,000 G's. Well, not 1,000 G's, but 1 G. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe
whatever. 1,000 G's, like so. That how much?
He's making money.
That's like $10,000, I think, right? Oh, 1,000 G's. Oh, I'm stupid.
No, I messed up. It's just 1,000. It's not.
But I get just about like how much is 1,000 G's? We really thought about it for a second. Like, and I think 10,000 is way off. Like 1,000 G's is 1,000 grand. So you're making like that's like doing it again. I would never have to. Maybe I'll get with 1,000 G's. I think I wouldn't be trying to do comedy anymore. I'd stop this YouTube shit ASAP. Fuck that.
The most money I ever got paid for any entertainment gig was by Indeed.com, where I literally walked into a building in Midtown, answered like 4 questions on camera. It took 10 minutes, and then they just gave me a check for $1,000. I've never made that close doing anything comedy.
Dude, I haven't, unfortunately, like, dude, the most I've gotten paid doing this YouTube, so like, I got paid, but it was for like months and months. I got paid $1,700 from Facebook, but it was for like a year's worth of reels and shit. Like, they just kept adding up, and they kept asking me for my bank shit. And I kept putting it in, but I wouldn't take it, but it just kept adding it up. And then I finally got it up there right before they took it away. So I barely got it in there for that $1,700, but that's, and then I've just recently started getting paid for YouTube and shit, but it's a begging game constantly, dude. Constantly begging. We'll do this, we'll do that, blah, blah, blah. But dude, I'm just like, your shit's probably, I just would like to see more. Unfortunately, I'm not going to New York anytime soon, man. So, I mean, definitely keep us abreast if you do anything. But like,
the series, I meant to tell you real quick about the series I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a series of diss tracks, but they're like goofy diss tracks. We already have the first 2 released to the public, where the first diss track was towards slow walkers in New York City.
Nice.
And then the second diss track was towards mosquitoes. And then we recorded the tracks in like a professional studio and had music videos for each one. And the third one is the first time I actually pulled up to a music studio in my life and performed a rap verse. And this is a diss track towards mint ice cream. We filmed the whole video in East Village in New York, and that's going to drop in the next week or so. I'll definitely share with you. It's a pretty outstanding video. I'm very proud of it. And our verses are really funny.
Where's it going to be dropped at?
It'll be dropped on Instagram and TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram at Patrick Thomas Golden, just my name. But yeah, keep a lookout for that. Probably in the next 2 weeks. I'm not the guy that's editing the content, but he'll be done in 2 weeks. He told us.
I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be pretty funny, dude. I like that. Yeah, I wasn't ready to get off or anything like that unless you're ready to go.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I wasn't trying to get off or that's what she said. That never happens with me, unfortunately. But dude, is there anything else that you like? Have you done anything like you were super like any gigs or anything that went super bad for you, or like that you've what's maybe something your worst? Because I always hated as like a somewhat comedian. Like I hate He'll be like, "Hey, you got any jokes?" Like, not really what I do, bitch. Like, I mean, I'm not fucking Don Rickles. I don't just like have these one-liners ready to go, dude. Unfortunately, but
I thought there are two really bad gigs I can think of. There's one time I just did an open mic at Greenwich Village Comedy Club where I got up dead last at the comedy club, and by that point even the host had left the room. So it was just me and another open mic comic. So I just went on stage and did some bits where I was like clowning the club, basically like making fun of them. And then the owner of the club, for whatever reason, decided that she wanted to leave her office and then personally came up to kick me out off stage. And I was like, what? Like, and I wasn't even saying anything like fucked up. I wasn't like cursing or anything. I was just like, what? Like, I don't know. But that was bad. And then that was like kind of close to when I first started. And then the second time is, bro, I took an hour and 45-minute train ride both ways. You go perform at the Governor's Comedy Club, like the most famous comedy club in Long Island, in Levittown, Long Island.
I think
It was like a Kill Tony-esque kind of show where like there's a panel of 3 judges and you go up and give your best material for 3 minutes. But similar to America's Got Talent, if like 2 judges like press their X buzzer, you go off stage. Out of all the comics that performed that night, I was the only person that got buzzed early off stage. So I traveled 3.5 hours round trip to perform 1 minute of comedy.
damn, dude, damn.
That shit hurt. That shit hurt me. Talk about a long train home, brother.
I hate it when people follow those trends and shit. I can't tell you, like, because I'm a retired chef, dude. I can't tell you, like, after those cooking shows came out and they dropped some, like, okay, you got 15 minutes to create that. Every job you tried out for, they'd be like, okay, you got 30 minutes now. You got to do something we don't expect. Bitch, I knew you were going to do this. So I got something because this is like the 5th job that's asked for something they don't expect. Like, you do something off menu. Like, of course you want to taste something that you don't serve every day on your menu. That sounds great, man. Why wouldn't you want to just taste the food that I'm have to cook for you every day? Are you paying me to be creative for you? But everybody wanted to do that. This isn't Master Chef. Or then I think they used to do that to Last Comic Standing, or like on The Apprentice or something. They'd always do that shit.
People love following trends. Like that's definitely a thing, especially in comedy, whether it's like the crowd work stuff or like it's like recycled bits or like ways of telling jokes. Some people are kind of like, oh well, Mark Norman's really famous, so in order for me to become a famous comedian, I should tell jokes like Mark Norman. More like, no, Mark Norman became famous because he kind of like had his own little flair and unique way of presenting things. Like you gotta make things your own personal.
Every fat comedian in Texas takes their shirt off, bro. So that's thanks to Bert.
Yes, that's the Bert Kreischer,
Yeah, and I can you can tell there's a total difference between a fat dude with no titties and a fat dude with titties. Like a fat dude with titties.
You can't get good milk from either.
Oh no, dude! A fat dude with titties is not gonna take their shirt off in fucking public like that, dude. And literally the last open mic I did, dude. A fat guy got up, took his shirt off, and had like the biggest boobs ever. Like, dude, what are you doing, my guy? What are you doing, man? We're not all Bert Kreischer. Come on, that guy has no boobs. He's the most beautiful fat guy ever. You think what's his name? Gabriel Iglesias, who I hate the name Fluffy. That's another terrible fucking name. You're not Fluffy, bitch. You're fat. If anybody's fat, I would be very lucky if someone called me Fluffy. I feel, but. I'm just saying, you think fucking Gabriel Iglesias is taking his shirt off? No, because he's awkward fat. Fucking Bert Kreischer is kind of pretty boy fat. That's like athletic fat. That's like kind of like Chris Farley fat. Like in the early 90s, dude, he could take his shirt off.
Dad bod fat.
Yeah. Or like Chippendales. When Chris Farley did the Chippendales sketch, he was a fat dude, but he was a fat athletic guy. He barely had any boobies, bro. Then he got like super fat. And then when his boobies got real, he's like, I'm not taking my fucking shirt off, you assholes. No. So yeah, that's I see those trends happening at all times, dude. So I mean, it's especially no fun for people out there that have to deal with the other people's ideas of what being creative is. It's hard to live up to.
Definitely, and at the end of the day, like there's some comics or like comedic thinkers that are really good at like tackling like the topics of the world, like South Park, for instance. Like they make fun of everybody, but I'd say most of the time your best bet to really make people laugh is if you can tell jokes that only you can tell. It doesn't have to be like your style. It could just be shit from your life because nobody else has your life. Like, and if you can find the funny in that, I think that will really. I think at first I was nervous to do that because I felt like I had to. I got so hyper focused on like, oh, I got to be relatable. I got to be relatable. Where now I'm just like, you know what? Like, I think I've done the best when it kind of like it's not so not relatable that it alienates people, but it's gotta like you just have to connect just enough. But beyond that, you can kind of lean into your weirdness, and I think people tend to actually really like that and enjoy that.
I mean, and you also gotta push to get content out there. I mean, there's a comic
Yeah,
Terry something, I forget his name, but I was watching some of his comedy the other day, and one of the jokes I used to always say, I never said it like comedically live on the stage, or like even on any of my YouTube stuff. Maybe one time I said it like a live. I was like, I like smoking weed, but I don't really like doing dabs because I feel like crack for stoners. Like, I don't want to get up there with a torch and like a utensil and do all this shit and everything. And so I thought that maybe, I thought that was a funny thing I said. Then I saw this guy do it. It was pretty easy. I like smoking pot, but I don't like doing drugs. Dads feel like drugs. Like, damn, I can't say that. He got out there first. But then one of my YouTubers, like, I was talking to them, I said, yeah, so I didn't get to say that joke. And they're like, I hear that everywhere. So maybe he got it from somewhere. Maybe it's just like streaming content. Because there's so many premises, dude. It's so hard not to share content. So you really want to be the first to like hit with something. And even if you, at least you're the first, like, even if you're not famous with it, like, no, I had it first on YouTube, not you, dude. I don't care if you're doing specials and stuff, dude. At least I said it first.
right. Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
And he didn't get the premise from me. I'm not saying he stole the joke from me at all. There's no joke but I mean, it's just he got it said first, man. I'm sure. But then, I'm sure a million of people have said that, like, because that's how it feels, dude. It feels like crack for stoners. Even though I'm a
Yeah,
stoner.
dude. Some of these common topics, like there was one time I thought someone had actually stole my joke because I know that I saw them do that. But then I just saw it happen a couple other times at some other places where I'm like, oh wait, there are actually like there are more topics that I think that have been tackled in the same sort of way before, you know. So even sometimes when you think you have a unique angle, it's not super unique, which is kind of reassuring in a way. It's kind of like, all right, we're all built on like the foundations of others, you know.
And we're all kind of the same, like in some way, like whether you're a little bit younger, I'm a little bit older, I might have a 90s sensibility, but we still might come up with the same type of jokes in some way. And like I hope you don't feel like I stole from you in any way with the Pokemon thing. I do.
Nah. I actually love that. Like the AI flair was like pretty dope.
Dude,
Lie.
I get inspired. Like I make music for my people that subscribe to me and shit, and they come on my lives and stuff like that. But it's only like if I feel inspired by your shit. I make stuff it's way better than I am for sure. But dude, when I was like, oh shit, because it's like gotta catch them all my boss products. You gotta listen to all my podcasts. Gotta catch them all. That's so brilliant, dude. Good job, dude. Unfortunately, like, dude, I couldn't figure out how to get like the kind of like the distinct kind of voice. I couldn't get that voice down, dude. That would have been awesome if I could have gotten somebody that couldn't really sing to do it. Although you can record vocals or something on this stuff, but it's a big pound. It's all about my pay grade. I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not trying to do that.
Right. And I feel like AI is only going to get more user friendly and more advanced in the coming years. So it's going to be really interesting that people that I mean, you already have plenty of producers that can't play any like instruments themselves. They can make music, but I think it'll be really much easier for someone that can just kind of make music using AI software that'll sound like
Oh yeah, dude.
good.
I don't know how many songs. I can make 5 free songs a day. I get 5 credits a day, and that's basically 10 songs a day because I get 2 songs for each credit. And it gives you 2 versions each time. Like one version was really bad of that Pokemon song. It was terrible. I do have it was really bad. It was a bad. I should have saved that one to the thing too, so I could play it for you. Dude. I'll send it to you later so you can listen to it offline, dude. But it was a very bad version of that Pokemon song. What I wanted to kind of get to, dude. I just created because Because you know that song from Rent, 526 minutes. They're like,
the Sound of Music song.
yeah. And so I just made one of those, but it's all Bob's product and shit. And and it starts saying, but it's kind of a banger, dude. It's kind of a banger, man. There's a couple of songs that this thing made. Like, man, this is kind of a jam, dude. Like, what's nice, dude. But whatever, man. Whatever, dude. But I mean, I definitely don't agree with using ChatGPT to, construct your 5-minute sets or, your type 5 or whatever it is. Because I've like.
Dude, that's the one thing. I think one of the last things that AI will, I don't know if it'll ever be able to accomplish, is find a way to make someone laugh. Like, I just can't imagine it doing that.
Dude, I bet you I could probably ask Chat, and I'm not gonna ever try this, but I bet you I could probably ask ChatGPT to try to come up with a joke and give it a couple of like parameters or some shit like that. And then if I put it in my own words and kind of try to give it a funny spin, but you'd have to have somewhat, again, it would have to be like however much of my talent plus AI. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it might help you come up with the words and maybe spell shit correctly or do all that, because I mean, that's what I think AI can do, but it can't do everything. You can't just say it like all months of like, well, how did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side and my dick was there? Like, that's like, you have to be somewhat funny and have a way to say it or like get it across. And I don't think, and from what I've looked at, like when I write stuff or try to have shit written in my voice, it never comes out with ChatGPT. Basically what it's good at is writing 3 to 4 sentence descriptions of a video with a catchy hook and come up with a good title. And give me like, I need 450 characters of tags separated by commas, no other punctuation, not numbered. That's what it's good for. I don't have to spend 30 minutes trying to come up with that shit. That's what it's good for. That's it.
I will say, there's a show I follow a little bit in New York City. It's called the AI versus Human Roast Battle, where basically like it's exactly what it sounds like. And when I've kind of been involved in the show now for about a year or so. And even just in the past year, it's still like the AI has never won the roast battle, but it has gotten significantly better just in the year. So much so where I'm like, wow, this is moving so fast at a level that I can't even.
That's how it remembers. That's how it remembered all the things. Like I literally just said, I want to make a Pokemon song, but instead of Pokemon, change it to the title of my podcast, ChattN OUT, and just add in a bunch of Bob's product and stuff about my YouTube channel that you know from all the discussions that we've had. And then it puts out that whole song right there. That's what it does. But have you heard that Will Sasso podcast? I forget who his co-host is, but they do a podcast that's basically just formatted and generated by AI.
Oh, dude, there's a show. I've maybe heard of this product. Like, there's actually, I think this is a different podcast, but I did a podcast once where it was like I wouldn't say it was an AI podcast, but all the questions were generated by AI and pre-recorded. And it sounds like I'm talking to a real human, but it's actually like an AI person the whole time.
And what theirs is basically it's like 2 guys, and each day, because they pay for whatever the best software is, and they do all that each day, the AI will come up with whatever their podcast is going to be that day, and then they, but again, they bring their own human flair and sensibilities because they're 2 comics interacting with this AI thing that's making it funny. It's not because the AI is so brilliant yet, and I mean. Granted, it definitely should not, but it's only going to get better, dude. Like the more we interact with it, the more we talk with it, it's only going to get better. It's only going to be able to write a script, or I don't think it'll ever be able to write jokes like me and you were talking about, but definitely it's going to take some human sensibility. If you give it like, hey, this is a script, but basically improv off this script. How
good are these sex robots and dolls going to be 20 years from now? That's what I want to know.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. Can you imagine being a kid today and like any interest you want, you just Google it, or fucking unfortunately we can't get any more in Texas. It's illegal at this moment, but Pornhub or anything you want available on there. Like back in the
think about it, more people, like I can imagine in the near future, people doing like the chips in your brain, like the Neuralink shit. Imagine that. Like you literally just have an incredibly powerful computer in your brain that allows you to function at a level no human has ever functioned before in history.
Especially since I'm so old, dude. I might be up for that, dude. I might be okay.
Would you freeze your brain if they were like, "Yo"? Would you freeze your brain?
No, but
You're not
I'd be
gonna try to
like,
Walt Disney's that shit.
nah, because I mean, let's be honest, none of my offspring are gonna be very rich, so I'll just be frozen somewhere, dude. Just be frozen somewhere, and not gonna be ever. Nothing's ever gonna happen. I think Walt Disney's still frozen somewhere, so fuck it.
I have this dream that when I die, I want people to like roll my ashes up into spliffs, and everybody smokes me.
But I think baby's mama wanted. She brought up like she wants her kids to like snort her ashes or something. I was like,
Ew.
I was like, I
You
know
make it
for
hot.
sure the son I have with you is not gonna be snorting your ashes. I'm gonna put that in my fucking will. You better not snuff your fucking mom, bro.
I thought of like a chili con queso dip, but instead of the beef, it's your ashes.
Shit.
And everybody at the ceremony takes like a ceremonious like chip dip.
Right? Damn, that's I don't know. Could you imagine like having to that'd be some weird shit, just like eating like a family member or some shit like that, dude.
Dude, I guess it's like cannibal vibes, I guess. Kind of.
Dude, although one of my subscribers just finished a short film, and it's not the best short film, like you can tell it's made by like some younger kids, dude. But the cinematography in that shit is amazing, dude. Like there are some like legit shots in that. I don't know if it was the direction or the cinematography they did, but there's some legit shots going off in that thing, dude. I'm like, damn you motherfuckers. I wish I should like, because like when YouTube first came, you know how hard it was to fucking put some shit up on YouTube, dude. Now I do all this off of phones and shit. And I got all like, dude, there was no way I could have gotten this shit done. Like, no, dude, no. If I would have figured this shit out when I was a chef, I could have just set a camera up while I was cooking for like 12 hours a day and try to like make a little bit extra money on the side or some shit like that, dude. But
Right.
there between that and just you can fucking Google or look up any sexual thing you want, dude. Like, there's just I don't know. There's just you can't because you couldn't get too weird because maybe you might like some weird shit. Maybe you have some weird shit type of ideas, but you couldn't just Google it to find out if you liked it.
I'm almost prepared to say that cell phones are like a new body part at this point because I find myself when my phone breaks experiencing the same level of anxiety and fear that when somebody that's having a health issue would have. Like, think about it, you literally go to what some places they're called phone doctors.
Oh yeah.
And it like you can get insurance for your phones. And I don't know, it feels like you can't even participate in society at the same level as everybody else if you don't have a phone on you.
You can do. I mean, and literally, it's that. Especially with what I do with the YouTube and the stupid shit. Like, I mean, I got a cell phone right there. I got this one doing fucking call-ins. I got my computer running you. If one of those things goes down on any of my things, it makes everything that much more difficult.
Donnie Boy just said, imagine having an allergic reaction to family members' ashes. That would be hilarious, man.
Donnie Boy, you're out of your fucking element, Donnie Boy. He's got his
That'd be sad. That'd be sad. Like, if you're the one family member that has a bad reaction. Would that mean you'd be haunted? I'm not sure.
It might be. Donnie Boy is a little bit haunting, man. He's a little bit. He's a special kind. We actually got him from.
He's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah, we're doing it for Johnny, man. We're doing it for Donnie. But we actually got him from a YouTuber that I'm beefing with. He's called Uncle Filthy. And the whole reason for this YouTube beef is I do a wrestling podcast on Friday nights, and I also do a Wednesday night podcast as well, dude. And this guy's a wrestler that I found on doing this vertical live shit, and he sounded like Andrew Dice Clay, but he's from Arkansas. I was like, howdy doosies, how's it going, everybody? And I'm a terrible impression, but this is how this guy sounded. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's this fat guy with long hair, an ex-wrestler, 7 feet tall, fucking 300 pounds, of massive fucking dude. So I invite him on the show. We chit-chat and we talk and everything. And he bounces out of the show within like moments, dude. So me and my just podcasting partner was like, well, okay, well, I guess he had to leave or whatever. He blocks me on everything, dude. Like right after that, I'm blocked on everything. Like, What the fuck?
Wow.
Like what? So I really felt more like I started to beef with this. Like, dude, why do you have to like? You could have just said like, hey man, I wasn't feeling it, dude. And why you gotta like treat me like I'm like trying to date you, or like you're ghosting me and shit, dude?
Right.
So I got like 10 AI diss tracks straight up to this dude, Uncle Filthy. I've stopped the beef, but he hasn't. He didn't really respond. He knows of me. He knows that I was dissing him, but I just let it go. It was almost like kicking a.
That's funny. I like that phrase already. AI diss track.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I would literally I put in like I want to talk shit about this other YouTuber Uncle Filthy, and I tell him what he did and tell him he's a wrestler, dude, and all this stupid shit. I made rap. I did. You remember the Earl's Gotta Die, the Dixie Chicks?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to thought, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do Uncle Filthy Has to Die, and this is towards the end of our beef. And I'm sitting there, I have AI write it out, and I'm like writing out all my feelings and everything. I'm like, what if he actually hurts himself, man? I'm gonna change this to Uncle Filthy Stay Alive. Like so that was like towards the end of our battle. After that, I was like, yeah, I think I'm over it now, man. Like then I had to like, what if something bad happens now? I'm over it. I'm done. Yeah, you gotta find because I thought it'd actually be funny if he like because he's an ex-wrestler, so I thought it'd be funny if like we started going promo style, making jokes because I'm a funny dude. Oh, he just bounced. And another one bites the dust. I got you, dude. Hold on, man.
I don't know what just happened. Like my computer just like X'ing me out real quick. I don't know what happened.
Ghost of Uncle Filthy coming out. And I literally said, there he goes. Another one bites the dust, I guess. I'm about to start dissing you. No, I'm just. Well, yeah, man, you gotta find ways to keep yourself busy on this stupid shit. Now I'm basically talking myself for like 10 to 15 hours a day sometimes, depending on what's going on. And this is how I make money: going live, super chats, all that shit, asking questions, shit. That's how we get paid.
Dude, that's man. That's the grind of this shit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's basically just begging for money. It's like somebody's coming, like people go like, oh, just another YouTube beggar. I'm like, well, yeah, is this your first day on YouTube?
It comes with the territory, What do you want me to say?
Well, no, I did everything right. I mean, I got the merch, I got books, I got all the dumb shit. But again, why don't you just let me hold $1, dude? I got like 33,000 subscribers. If I can get every one of them just let me hold $1 a year, I think that's a decent year, dude.
Yeah.
I can
sure.
figure out the rest. Like if that doesn't, like I'll figure out the rest. Maybe I'll invest in some crypto or some shit. I don't know. We'll figure it the fuck out. Maybe I'll only have to beg half the year on YouTube or something like that. I don't know.
It's crazy how it works because I feel like so much of the game is just consistency and longevity, and the other part of it is just like having your viral moment,
Yeah, and dude, just sticking with it, just with everything, stand-up comedy, doing this shit. Like I said, dude, I started out doing YouTube, but it didn't really move anywhere. But I just kept doing it. Like right now, dude, I got like 1,500 like long form videos up there. Maybe
that's fire.
Yeah, and then I don't know how many like short form videos up in that motherfucker, dude. But
I was talking to my friend last night, and he said his mom told him this thing where it's like, if you really want to be a good artist, you just have to dedicate yourself to that art form consistently over a long period of time. And more often than not, you'll just end up getting really good at it, like whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Even if that doesn't necessarily lead to monetary or other forms of success, you're at least better. Like you could objectively say, like, "Oh, this person's pretty good at doing it."
I mean, the best advice I got at doing this shit was, quit talking about it and just do it. And that was from someone
100%.
That just like you can think about, what you're gonna do for your podcast every day, and it's never gonna be perfect. You're gonna run into, and it's just like with anything else, dude. Every time you cook, you never know what's gonna happen. I do a cooking live show here on YouTube like once or twice a week, dude. And I never know if I'm gonna fuck up or not, dude. I could fuck up these eggs, but I'm just cooking for myself, so I'm gonna fucking eat it, I guess. Like, but it's just you constantly do repetition. That's the only reason I got better at cooking. That's the only reason you get better at comedy. It's the only reason I kept getting better. If you look at my first videos, dude, they're terrible. Some of my first videos are like a couple of my jokes that I've been telling for years, and I was like, okay, let me just put these out there and see how they work. And it's like a 3-minute long video. and it's not, it's not great. It's basically me telling it in my car with like the video coming from down here in like my crotchal area, like
Oh god.
something like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so ghetto and stupid. It's just me telling like 2 funny stories, and that's it. Just keep going. Like Dory says, just keep swimming. I'm not Ellen DeGeneres, though, just Dory. I separate them two.
I forget that Dory is voiced by Ellen DeGeneres. That's wild.
Right. I mean, that is like some of the best advice.
Thank God Dory didn't have an intern, huh?
No shit, right? I mean, that's another one. Like, I guess she was a rude, terrible person, but guess what? Bosses fucking suck. Have you ever had like a terrible? I'm sure you've worked regular jobs in the past and shit.
Of course, like narcissistic, crazy people.
I think some of the best advice I've ever given my daughter, and I'll give to all my kids at all times, is like you can't always be the top dog. Sometimes you gotta, and what like that shit from what is it, Pineapple Express? Time to suck today's dick. That's how I go into every fucking day. Might as well.
Right.
Time to suck today's
I
dick.
mean, but that's what I like about comedy and most of my work right now. I'm pretty much an entrepreneur. Like my main way of making money is through landscaping, and it's all my own clients at this point. So I do feel like I don't make much money, but I do feel like I'm at least in charge. And then comedy is such a big element of comedy, just kind of like talking your shit, and saying stuff that you can't just like, say in the Zoom meeting.
Dude, I just saw a joke today from, I think it was Ari Spears. I think that's Ari Spears. He was doing crowd work, and he was like, "Who you work for, brother?" He's like, "I work for myself." He's like, "Oh, you work for yourself?" He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "What's your company called?" He's like, Ed and Company. And he's like, "How many people in your company?" "Just me." He's like, "Well, who the fuck's the company then, man? Why is it just called Ed?" And with those like that.
That's funny.
Makes it sound better, like Ed and Company. Like I'm just one dude, but I don't want to sound like one dude. Like I used to just do personal chef shit, but it was called Keenan Cooks for You. That I didn't like.
Yeah, you got to get that good branding for your LLC,
Unfortunately, though, there was definitely a hike in business or decline in business, whether I put a picture of my dumb white face on there or not. Because without that white face, people would. I'm serious. I would get less business without my dumbass white face up there.
That's funny.
It's funny, but also fucked up, dude. Like
it is.
Hey, wait, you telling me a black dude can't cook good food, guys? Like, what's going on? But maybe because I was a personal chef, and you don't want a black dude invited into your home? Like, what's happening here, guys? Whatever, dude. Or with a name like Keenan, you get a lot of, my ex-wife, like every time she tells somebody, "Oh, I just got married to this guy named Keenan," they're like, "Is he a black guy?" I used to think that all they were racist. No, she was actually racist. I just didn't know it yet. Because they don't tell you that they're racist right up front. Like, "Oh, I hate black people." She didn't just tell me that up front.
You learn. It's just kind of like you'll pick it up once you kind of start connecting the dots. Like, oh, like you're not saying it explicitly, but I can tell how where this points to.
Right, but we also like
dog whistles.
Dude, I got married in the late '90s, and she was half Mexican. So at first, but then you hear her stop letting go of the soft A and getting harder on the R and shit, and like. Again, you start connecting the dots and shit, and then you hear her grandmother talking, like, "Wait, what's going? Oh shit, that's what's going on. Fuck. All right, let's not do that around our daughter. All right, our 2-year-old to hear that word all the time. All right, like, let's not make her think that's okay. Because guess what? It's not. I'm sorry. But so you definitely got the. I definitely keep us abreast of the comedy style. I would love to share it even further. Maybe you after release and everything, dude, we could share it with the group, and maybe you can come back sometime and talk about it with everybody, dude.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, this has been such a journey. I never thought it would go as far as it's gone, but it's all been natural. I think that's the thing that feels the most amazing. It just feels like not that I'm calling myself a natural comedy, more so just like. My love for it makes it not think too hard about why I've done it this long and like what has come with that decision,
Well,
I don't second guess it.
When you're good at something, you're good at it. And it's very hard to not after you hear something, because there was a time when I was cooking food and like this waitress came in, and when I was doing personal chef at the poker room, she's like, "Oh, one of the players said your food was really good." And I just kind of offhandedly said, "I know." Like I didn't mean it. I meant to say like thank you. She's like, are you fucking out? I was like, well, like I meant to say thank you, but yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I know that I was gonna cook this meatballs and it's gonna be fucking good. I know this joke is funny. I know that I'm a fucking abundantly funny individual, like Little Dicky says. Unfortunately, I mean, whether I'm a good comedian or whether my shit can go unconversationally and more comedian, but I know I make people laugh. I know that. I know I literally have stories that I did. Like I've paid to get a stripper to eat on stage, and I didn't do it at the time. I didn't do it because I thought it'd make a great story. I'm gonna be a comedian someday. I did it because it's gonna be a funny fucking story that I get to tell at parties and tell everybody. Like
Right.
next time at the strip club, I'm like, you know, I got it, you know, say I got this, you know, just so you know, just so you know. One time I paid with a coupon in a massage parlor. I paid for me and my homie to get go to a massage parlor for real because I was doing. I also started selling weed on Craigslist back in the day, like way before.
That's hilarious.
I did everything on Craigslist, and people that watch this, I only talked to members last
I
night.
learned how to roll a joint by posting a gig in Craigslist, asking for someone to teach me.
Dude, like back in the day before this Craigslist killer shit got in, dude, and before he came to ruin everything, dude, I got dates, I got jobs, I started selling weed, like everything, dude. Everything I did just
There's still some cool shit on Craigslist, but it's definitely not what it used to be for sure.
Dude, yeah, it's especially for like when I was there was the Wild Wild West, dude. The Wild Wild.
What would you say is there a new Craigslist or a place you feel like is a better version of it?
I've heard of this thing called Double List, but I know that I can't because I have looked into it because it used to be I would go on Craigslist and I go into like the swinger section, like the man woman for man woman, or like you know men women looking, you know, just different shit. I post a 420 ad, and maybe I'd only get like one or two new customers, but I get one or two new customers for that. I know I can't find that anywhere else because I tried to find there's this thing called Double List. But I can't cultivate the same business from there, and that's why it kind of died away once Craigslist died away. That's why
I just looked up Double List. Like I'd never even heard about it until just now.
Oh yeah, dude! It just recently. I only looked it up because I was like, and when I got a little bit disabled, I no longer because I used to go out to advertise. I go to the strip club and go sit on the patio and just start smoking weed. I go to a bar and just go outside and just start. I wouldn't give two fucks who was rolling around if there's a cop coming up or something.
Right, but eventually someone's gonna go up to and be like, "Yo, what you got? You got shit on you?"
Exactly, dude. Yeah. Exactly, man. So that was just how I would do. But now, I just don't have that in me anymore. You know, I'm 41 years old. I got a 6-year-old kid. Like, I'm not trying to go out I'm not trying to go out tonight and try to go sell some weed. Nope. So once it dried up, it dried up. But it's still got a lot of good stories, dude. That was almost the entire thing was just funny stories after funny stories, man. And I mean, when you say this, it does help when you start doing YouTube and shit like that. You have someplace to put it out, but you feel like you try to say it on stage and everything, and it makes you want to keep doing it. When you're not doing anything else, you're like, I should have been doing this. Like, I really wish I would have started like trying to do comedy like 10 years or so ago, But
yeah, me too. Part of me wonders what life would have been like if I had started comedy when I was younger. Because sometimes I do find myself kind of like a little envious of people that kind of got that head start, same age as me, or just further along in the career. But I'm also like, this is just how our life journeys work. You can't control when you kind of find where you fit in.
But at the same token, like maybe the best, like I laughed at your stuff. I've laughed at a bunch of the comedians that send me stuff. The biggest, hardest laugh that I got was this lady. I can't remember her name right now, but she was a 65-year-old lady that started comedy 5 years ago. 65-year-old lesbian, and she was she described her vagina as a busted tuna can. Then she went to talk about her dumbass kids, and then she was and she was like, yeah, somebody asked me if when was the last time I scissored? It's like, I haven't scissored in 20 years. I have like those safety scissors now. Like, just laugh my ass off. It was like, oh my God, you're hilarious. I hope you blow up. Like, and my first one was like, I hope you blow up so big before you pass away. I swear to God. Like, oh my gosh. But unfortunately, like she looks healthier than my bitch ass up rolling up there and everything, you know. So absolutely hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
I actually am having my first friend in like on the comedy scene that he just started blowing up like
Right.
2 weeks ago, and it's pretty mind blowing. Like, whoa, like this guy's actually he's starting to make it, and you're seeing it in real time.
But that's cool though, because when you know that, and he's your friend, right? Like a person, like, and that's, you know,
Yeah,
the,
like he's got tens and tens of thousands of followers now, but and less than 1,000 people he follows. But I'm one of those people he follows. There's
no,
that
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
sense of
saying.
like,
Like,
whoa.
if he thinks you're funny and he's growing up, like, it's only if that's the company you're keeping at the moment. That bit's good for you, man. Like, I mean, you know, and it's, what do they say? Steel sharpens steel and shit like that. So,
Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens the Bible verse from Proverbs.
all right, bitch. Like, I didn't know.
That's where it's from, yeah. I
I'm not,
only say that because someone brought that up to me on a phone call yesterday.
I've
Like,
got,
so this is deja vu. Like, my friend literally brought that up.
I've got my own fake religion. Like I'm trying to get. And you're bringing up real Bible shit, bro. We know politics, no religion on the channel, bro. But I'm the one that brought up shit. But yeah, you're right. Iron is it iron sharpens iron? Not steel sharpens. Yeah, I guess they didn't have steel back in the day. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But to see that, like I remember sharpening as a chef, like steel sharpens steel. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, oh, you're at a sharpening steel, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't steel sharpen steel? God, dude, thanks for making me feel dumb. And on that note, let's fucking end this fucking podcast now. They just ruined the night for me, man.
Dude, this has been a chill time. Like, legit, I've enjoyed speaking.
And that's what I really wanted to like foster. Is I wanted a place for up and coming comedians to be themselves and not just because I've watched a lot of interviews of comedians lately because of me doing that stuff. And it just seems there's not too many funny podcasts out there for a younger comedian or up and coming comedian. Not at least that I could find or not that people share with me.
For sure. I like what you're doing because, like, of course you're doing a service in a way, like you're providing this platform, but at that same token, like, you're kind of adding to your own arsenal too. Like, it's gonna be cool where like one day you'll have so many of these kind of style of interviews where you can be like, yo, like some of these people might actually go on to the next level, and you could be like, yo, I was one of like the OG interviewers.
Yeah,
As people,
that's his name, Terry Miles. Terry Miles.
Terry Miles.
Terry Miles in Denton. He's very funny, but I asked because he does it at the place where I was doing the open mic, and I was like, hey man, I caught a couple of your stuff, find you real funny. I was like, I have a pretty good following, I have a good platform and stuff. I'd love to interview. And he's from Denton, and I was like, I got like a national kind of platform and everything. It was like, thanks, but no thanks, man. So now Terry Miles, when you want something, no, dude, no. Everybody that did want to talk to me when I was in shit, bro. And now I am posting this where he can definitely see it. So, but I don't wish him bad at all. But I do want him to like. Damn it! I should not have like turned him down for that interview, man. That would have been great. But that's what I do hope to do is share y'all because I mean you're from Brooklyn. There'd be no chance of me knowing who you were all at or any of your stuff at all.
Yeah, man. From Houston, but live in Brooklyn. But I get this. It's cool for me to feel like I'm connecting with someone from Texas in the Texas scene, even though I'm across the country. But there's still that Texas connection there,
But Dallas and Houston do not get along, dude. Like we literally
beef. I know we beef. We beefing, bro.
Like it's played on our sports radio station every time that we play y'all. Houston sucks. Houston sucks. Like we're like Drew Carey or some shit in the 90s. I'm for real, man. I'm for real. Well, I appreciate it, Patrick. And is there anything you want to plug or anything? You just want to plug the description? Because I got all those links in the description, but we definitely want to see I want to hear the
yeah. I'll actually plug one thing today. I'll plug I'll plug for anybody that wants to see wants to learn more about the cool comedy scene happening in North Jersey. Check out the Jersey Comedy Boys. I'm a regular on their shows. I'm doing their show at Pizza Town this Friday. Jersey Comedy Boys in all platforms. They got really funny content and shows that they promote. If you want to catch a flair of what comedy in New Jersey is like these days.
All right, man. We will definitely check that out, dude. That is awesome, dude. I hope you keep growing. I hope I get to say I interviewed you one day. I hope you regret this interview and I get to like fucking.
Nah, no regrets, brother. No
No
regrets.
regrets. No regrets. You ever see that shit? We're the Millers, that dumbass kid with fucking
Yes.
no regrets.
No regrets.
Every time somebody says that, that's the dumb shit that lives. Oh, real quick before we get off, dude, do we have any comments from anybody important? Donnie boy, you're out of your element. We don't care, bro. Super chat, super like, super live. No, not too many comments, but I appreciate all y'all showing up. And a bunch of people were back here on the other screen, but remember, y'all could have come over here and said something, but y'all didn't. I appreciate all you crackers that called in and said the N-word and asked stupid-ass asinine questions and everything tonight. I had fun with you tonight, Patrick. I hope you had a good time. I hope we hear from you again, dude.
Yeah, dude, this is so much fun. We'll be in touch, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Take it easy. Peace.
All I gotta do is figure out how you get off of this shit. Whatever happened to peace? Peace, cut it out. Oh, I guess I could play the music out the way we came in, right? Where the fuck is my... Right, there it is. There it is. Thank you for commenting, Donnie. I appreciate that, bro. Even though you're out of your element, man, we appreciate the hell out of you, bro. Thanks for joining ChattN OUT. We're all ChattN OUT. We want to thank Steve and Patrick Goldman is links in the description. Don't forget to go find them, like, share, subscribe, and stuff. Remember, the North Jersey County Boys, share that with us. Thanks to you guys too. We're gonna keep going live. We're not playing. Yo, ChattN OUT. ChattN OUT. Peace out, guys. Love this stuff.